Hey everyone, this is Gayatri. Welcome you all to BioSchool. Today I'm going to start a new topic, that is microbial genetics. Here we will study the gene transfer. There are two types of gene transfer. One is known as horizontal gene transfer and other one is known as vertical gene transfer. So what is horizontal gene transfer and what is vertical gene transfer? Horizontal gene transfer, it is the exchange of genes between the two cells of same generation. Okay, so in horizontal gene transfer, exchange of gene between two cells of the same generation. But normally the genes and the characteristics that are transferred from parents to progeny or parents to offspring, which is known as the vertical gene transfer, right? Vertical gene transformation. Here the genes transferred from parents to offspring or parents to progeny. That means the genes transformed from one generation to the second generation, first generation to the second generation in vertical gene transformation. But in horizontal gene transformation, the gene it is transformed between the two cells in same generation. Okay, hope I am clear. Okay, generation 1 or the parent. Okay, if the gene it is transformed from one cell to the, let's say this one is the cell A, to the next cell, gene transformed from one cell, that is the cell A, to the cell B in the same generation, then it is called the horizontal gene transformation. Okay, this is also in horizontal line. Then what is vertical gene transformation? In vertical gene transformation, the gene it will be transformed from one cell, okay, and here the cell number A, to the other cell which is of another generation. Okay, generation 2, that is progeny. Okay, then this is known as the vertical gene transformation. Okay, if the gene it is transformed from the parents to offspring or the progeny, then that is vertical gene transformation. If the gene it is transformed from one cell to the another cell of same generation, then that is called as horizontal gene transformation. Hope I am clear, and now you have a clear idea about what is horizontal gene transformation and what is vertical gene transformation. Horizontal gene transformation or horizontal gene transfer, it is seen in bacteria. And horizontal gene transfer are of three types. What are those? One is known as transformation. And the second one, it is known as conjugation. The third one, it is known as the transduction. So today we will discuss about transformation and what type of questions are usually asked from transformation. So let's see. So what is transformation? Transformation, it is defined as the uptake of foreign DNA from environment. So here directly the DNA from the environment it will be taken up by the bacteria. Then that is called as the transformation. Let's say this one is one bacteria and it has a double stranded circular chromosome, and this bacteria it will taken off DNA or the foreign DNA from the environment. Okay, this is the foreign DNA. So the bacteria, which one will receive the foreign DNA is known as the recipient, and this one, the foreign DNA, which will be transformed, that is from the host bacteria. Okay, so now the question is, the DNA which is present in the environment, from where it comes? The DNA that is present in the environment, it maybe comes from the other bacteria which is dead and disintegrated, and their DNA is released to the environment, and the free DNA, it is present in the environment as such, and that free DNA from the environment, it will be taken up by the recipient bacteria. So the second question is whether all the bacterial cell, they are able to take the foreign DNA. Answer is no. So there are many bacteria are present, there are many bacterial cells who are capable of taking DNA from environment, are known as competent cells. And the natural process of competence is observed in different bacteria. For example, the natural competence is present in the bacteria Streptococcus and also in the Bacillus. Okay, the natural competence is present in Streptococcus as well as in Bacillus, but the natural competence, it is absent in bacteria like E. coli. E. coli has no natural competence, no natural competence. That means E. coli cell is not able to take foreign DNA by itself, or foreign DNA is not permeable to E. coli cell, but the natural competent bacteria, they take the foreign DNA when they are stressed. They secrete a factor. That factor is called the competent factor, and this competent factor in natural competent bacteria help in uptake of foreign DNA. Uptake of foreign DNA. So the uptake of foreign DNA, it can occur naturally. Okay, naturally, example Streptococcus and Bacillus, or we can induce it by artificially. How can artificially competence? It can be done either by chemical treatment mostly by the calcium ion and heat shock. Okay, the treatment of the cells with the calcium, then followed by the elevated temperature, or which is called the heat shock. Then by this treatment, the bacteria will be able to uptake foreign DNA, or by electroporation, or by what? Electroporation. In electroporation technique, bacterial cell will be treated with electric shock. So when the bacterial cell, it will be treated with the electric shock, then it will increase the membrane potential. Okay, then it will increase the membrane potential, and thereby they will able to uptake the foreign DNA. Okay, this is the foreign DNA, and this is the bacteria. So when the bacteria strand, or the foreign DNA strand, it will be taken up by the recipient bacteria, receptor or the recipient bacteria. At that time, only one strand, it move into the bacterial cell, and other strand, it get disintegrated by envelope associated exonuclease. So in transformation, only single stranded DNA are transformed. Okay, this one is important. Only single strand, and other strand of the DNA, it will be degraded by the envelope associated exonuclease. Okay, so this single stranded DNA, now it enter into the bacterial cell. Then in the bacterial cell, if there is a presence of homologous region, if it is present, then this one, it will be integrated. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? If the homologous region is absent, then the foreign DNA, it will be disintegrated in the cell. So there will be no successful transformation, and here it is successful transformation. So this is the example of transformation with DNA fragment. So if we do transformation with DNA fragment, then there is a chance of successful transformation. Also, there is no transformation. Then I will show you next the transformation with plasmid. Mostly in lab, they prefer the transformation with plasmid. Plasmid are double-stranded circular extrachromosomal DNA, and so let's say this one is the plasmid, and now our bacterial cell. Bacteria has its own chromosome. Okay, this one is the bacterial chromosome. Then during the transformation, what will happen? It will uptake the plasmid. Okay, so here result in the stable or successful transformation, no degradation. So now understand the definition again. So the transformation is uptake of foreign DNA as single strands. Okay, uptake of foreign DNA as single strand, as the other strand is degraded. Okay, so uptake of foreign DNA as a single strand and its subsequent integration into bacterial chromosome by homologous recombination. You may think that these are the basic concepts. So what is the important? Why I am describing all these things, and what type of question you will get in the examination from this part? Okay, let's understand by an example. DNA from a strain of bacteria. Okay, one strain of bacteria which has genome type A plus, B plus, C plus, D plus and E plus. Okay, it is in one strain. Was isolated. Okay, this strain, it was isolated from one bacteria, and it is used to transform a strain of bacteria, other strain of bacteria, that is A minus, B minus, C minus, D minus and E minus. The transformed cell was tested for the presence of donated gene. Okay, let's say this one is the bacteria and this is mutated for all the genes A, B, C, D, E. Okay, then this strand of DNA which is isolated from the bacteria, it is transformed. Okay, it is transformed. This strain is transformed, which has A plus, B plus, C plus, D plus and E plus, all are wild type. Okay, this is wild type donor, and the recipient is mutant. Okay, so when the DNA or the single stranded DNA, it will be transformed into the bacteria, then it will be integrated into the bacterial chromosome at the homologous region, right? After the integration into the bacterial chromosome, then this transformed cell were tested, and it is found that the presence of donated genes, all the donated genes are present here. A, B, C, D, E, all the genes recombined and it is present. And the following genes are found to be co-transformed. So what are the genes? They are co-transformed. co-transformed gene are A plus, D plus, B plus, E plus, C plus, D plus, C plus and E plus. These genes are co-transformed. Co-transformed. Co-transformed means what? Means they transformed together. Okay. So when the gene are transformed from the donor to the bacterial cell, so these genes, they are transformed together, which is known as the co-transformed genes. And question it is asking about, then find out the order of gene. Then find out the gene order in bacterial chromosome. You will get this type of question in your examination. Then how can you will find the gene order? Okay, let me explain the question again. This one is the donor cell. Oh, sorry. This one is the recipient bacteria. Recipient bacteria, it is mutant for A, B, C, D, E. And this recipient bacteria, it receives the naked one-strand DNA from environment, which is wild type. Okay, A plus, B plus, C plus, D plus and E plus. So after the examination of the transformed bacterial cell, it is found that the gene A plus, D plus, B plus, E plus, C plus, D plus and C plus, E plus are co-transformed. Co-transformed means these genes are transformed together from the donor to the recipient cell. Now we have to find out the gene order of bacterial chromosome. We don't know how the genes are arranged in the bacterial chromosome after they are transformed from wild donor. How can you will find out the gene order? This is really very simple. So first A and D, A plus and D plus are transformed. Then B plus and E plus. Okay. Then here the C plus and D plus. So let me write down D plus, then C plus. Then here C plus and E plus. C plus and E plus. Then B plus and E plus. So I can write it here as like this. E plus, then B plus. Right. So from here you can now find out the gene order. Okay, what will be the gene order? First A plus, then D plus, then C plus, E plus and B plus. This is the gene order, and in this way genes are transformed from donor to the recipient bacteria, and now bacterial chromosome has this gene order. So if you will get this type of question, then first thing remember that the co-transformation efficiency or the co-transformation is always inversely proportional to distance. If they are close, then they will co-transform. So in this question, first you have to arrange the genes that are co-transformed. Like here A plus D, they transformed together. So write down A plus D. Then find out. Then D is transformed together with A, and along with that it is transformed with C. Right? So I have written D plus C in second step. Then find the C, it is transformed with D, and also it is transformed with E. So I have written C plus E. Then E, it is transformed with B. Okay. Then write down B. Then you will find your gene order, that is A plus, D plus, C plus, E plus and B plus. So this is how you can calculate gene transformation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope this video will help you a lot. Still, if you have any confusion, then please put a comment in the comment section down below. Bye bye. See you in my next video. Till then, keep learning.